Well, good morning. So that's weird. At 5 a.m. I woke up and just couldn't sleep anymore. My brain decided that I can't be late for the exam, so it just wouldn't let me get back to sleep. So I've been lying in bed for 1.5 hours trying to sleep. Then I decided, okay, it's just not gonna happen. Best preparation for the exam, not sleeping. So I went for a run. I haven't done that ever, going on a run by myself. It wasn't a long one though, like just once around the house, but on the streets, so it was a like 7-minute run or so. Something between 5 and 10. And I'm already exhausted. So, but on the positive note, I now have time to take a chilled shower and then have breakfast. Cause my alarm goes off in like half an hour or so. So, lots of time left before I need to get up actually. But yeah, I mean, it's okay to on one day just sleep 4.5 hours. Even if there's an exam, that's why I went for a run, to get my blood flowing and stuff, so I'm not so tired. And at the moment it's okay. We will see at the exam how I feel. But I hope it's gonna go well. I mean, just raising the difficulty by not sleeping. Yeah, why not? Sure, why not? I hope I have enough concentration at the exam. So that I'm gonna nail it. Because I will fucking nail it. I'm even wearing a nice shirt today. Because what I learned in the past few years is that you're always judged by your appearance. Like, you would think that no, they should judge me by my abilities to speak English. But they definitely judge me by my appearance, and if that should be professional, then I should seem professional. And such a shirt helps, I think, because I do it as well. If not consciously, then unconsciously, judging people by their appearance. I'm already at Wifi. I'll have the exam in 377. And it's gonna start in an hour. I'm early, but so what? See, that's interesting. It says do not bring electronic devices such as mobile phones, digital sound recorders, MP3 players, cameras, all of which I have on me at the moment. And also, or use them between components or tests. Like, that means I can't log between the parts of the test. But there's a 15-minute break. I'll so break this rule. I will. Man! The first 3 parts are over. And they actually enforced the no electronic devices between the tests rule. But now, I think I'm free for now. I have to get a picture taken. And then only speaking is left. The first part, it was really nice actually. Reading was okay. I can't even remember, it's so long ago. There was one thing where it said S, S, and that confused me a lot. But then I skipped it, did the other things, and in the end I just looked at the S, and thought of a simple word. Let's get a simple word. Well as. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense, because a lot of words fit into that space, but it's usually the simplest word that, or if there are so many words, which one do you pick? So the simple word. Go for the simple one. Oh yeah. So reading and use of English wasn't so bad. Then the writing, I was so lucky with the questions. The first one was about cameras. I'll go into detail in a minute when there are not so many people talking around me. And then a second one about sport. And then the listening was nice as I expected. Nothing to tell you there. But cameras. Speaking of, need to get a picture taken. Getting on the top of the building where it's quiet is always a good idea. If you have good view as well. Perfect. So, I got my picture taken. They had the exact same webcam that I have as well. And the same company made their tripod. So, I felt like I'm at home, basically. Also, I'm good with cameras. I always smile in the camera. So I was like, not that big of a grin, but yeah. And now I have to wait for 40 minutes or so until my speaking test. Fun fact, there are 4 people taking the exam. 3 of them, the others, have a time slot, and I have a time slot by myself. Because I was a late entry, and that's why they put the 3 together, and then I was like, I still need one, and so I basically have to do it by myself. I don't know if that increases the difficulty, but we will see. I don't really care. I mean, I can talk by myself for hours, so actually it shouldn't be a problem. It's just that if I don't have words for something, then my plan was to be like, hey, what do you think of that one? and then let them talk and use the words and then reuse them. But yeah, let's just hope it won't come to that and all the words will be in my brain. And otherwise just don't use words, or I don't know. But now we will use words. We will use words for explaining what I wrote. Because like, it's so sad. I wrote such a good essay, like, if I say so. Like, I think it was a good essay. I don't usually write essays. But that's why it was so disappointing that I can't ever read it again or have it as a backup somewhere. I will never see what I wrote, and that's why I need to vlog about it now. So basically, for the first task of the writing part, I had 2 texts given. The first one talked about cameras that they used to be able to like capture events and then be used as a proof that this actually happened. But nowadays, because of technology and computer programs, you can alter the image, and then you should not trust everything you see on a picture anymore. You have to take it with a grain of salt, is what I used in my essay. And the second text was about people taking images of everything and then not like living in the moment or hiding behind the viewfinder. That's actually what I thought. What I said. The text said, hiding behind the. What's this thing called that you look through at the camera? Anyway, not so important. So yeah, basically it asked the question, does that alter your experience? Should you not take pictures to like experience it better? And in my essay, I wrote about it, and I said, I don't agree that it alters your experience, because whether or not I hold a camera in my hand doesn't change anything for me. Like if I take periodical pictures or even have it on video, then there's no change for me except that I have to hold my arm upright. But that doesn't really change the experience, does it? So that was my main point of the essay. And then the second part of the writing part, second task, I could choose between 4 questions. The 5th one was about a book that I should have read but didn't, so couldn't do that one. And then there were like either a letter about some kind of business thing, or writing an article about a sport, what it did for me, and why it's good for society. And then I was like, why it's good for society? Ultimate frisbee. So I started my essay with something like, sometime in the 1960s, a few college students in the US threw around with the plate of a cake manufacturer. And then ultimate. That's exactly what I wrote, word for word. Not really. And so basically I wrote about what ultimate is, that it came from the US to Europe, that it increases in popularity, and basically that it's an awesome sport because you have the spirit of the game and there are no referees, so people are nicer to each other compared with similar sports. So yeah, and then I said that I found a lot of friends because of that sport and met a lot of nice people at international tournaments. And I would suggest it to everyone, recommend it. Just join, just find a local team and join their practices. You won't regret it! Exclamation mark. That was my last sentence. Yeah, so I was really lucky with the topics and reading is over. Now everything is easy. And now is only speaking left, and speaking is easy. Like, just say something. Done. Right, so I'll see you after the speaking. Bye bye, Michael. So as it turns out, I was in a group as well. Like, we were paired up. So I could talk with Michael. And it was a pleasure talking with you, Michael. But more outside than inside. When we had the exam, oh man, I never sucked so hard at speaking English in my life. That was really bad. I don't know why though, but it was just... I was starting to not bring out normal sentences, like I just did. Like, it just... What? Like, usually there's no problem in speaking, but... Well, that was weird. And then I looked at the guy who is grading me, and he was like, yeah, you get that field and that field. And I was like, oh, that's all on the left. So it's bad, very bad. So what? I thought speaking would be the easiest part. It was the hardest one. Or at least, I sucked the hardest. But fun nevertheless. I think I should still get like a C, maybe, hopefully. And if not, there's still C1, the level below. And I think I get that, because like, I just had problems getting out the sentence. It was such a big difference. I was joking around with Michael outside. I was like, yeah, I can talk English, no problem. And then when we went in, I couldn't talk anymore. I just couldn't talk anymore. Oh well. I'm gonna take that bus, go home and sleep. Because I need to catch up with the sleeping. Because at night there's silent disco and I want to go there. And I don't want to fall asleep. So I need to get some sleep. That's why I'll go to sleep home. See? Can't talk. And you, go make your backup. Michael, by the way, make your backup is a phrase I use to indicate that you should back up your files that you have on your computer or stored anywhere else. On your mobile phone that you can now use again, because you're not in the exam anymore. Right. I'll see you maybe sometime in real life again. Michael, would be nice. Computer scientists, yay. The bus is going, I need to go. You, make your backup. See ya.